I walk the old walls of Dubrovnik, where the stones have split from age and rain. The cracks were full of evening light, and I thought of you without the pain. We broke apart like summer ending light, terracotta left in sun. But what came through the broken places was softer than what we'd begun. That's where the light came through, through every hollow, every seam. That's where the light came through. More gold than anything I'd dream. That's where the light came through. The Adriatic turned to copper, the chapel bell rang out at 6, and all the beautiful that followed came only from the things we fixed. That's where the light came through, through every hollow, every seam. That's where the light came through. More gold than anything I dreamed. That's where the light came through. I used to think the wound was failure. I used to keep the cracks inside, but now I know the walls of Dubrovnik were never meant to hide. That's where the light came through, through every hollow, every seam. That's where the light came through. More gold than anything I dreamed. That's where the light came through. That's where the light came through. The walls still hold the evening, and I let the light remain. The Tagus doesn't ask which way to go. It finds the sea without a single word. In Lisbon I once watched it from the window, the quietest thing that I had ever heard. You moved through every room that I had built, without a door, without a single key. And I kept wondering how you always entered, the way the river enters to the sea, the way the water knows it doesn't fight the storm, the way the water knows to carry and let go, the way doesn't fight the storm the way the water knows to carry and let go. The way the water knows. The way the water knows. I spent so long resisting every current, every bend, but the softest things in Lisbon are the ones that never end. The way the water knows, it doesn't fight the storm. The way the water knows to carry and let go. The way the water knows. Oh, the way the water knows. The way the water knows. Like the Tagus to the ocean, like a voice that doesn't force. The way the water knows its way. Before the boats begin to move at dawn, before the morning bells of Dubrovnik, I sat beside the harbor still and small, and felt the weight of everything unsaid. The water in the harbor doesn't rush. It holds the boats the way I held your name. Still as the harbor in the early blue. Every morning looking just the same. Still as the harbor before the day has learned to speak. Still as the harbor where the world is soft and deep. Still as the harbor. Still as the harbor keeps. A fisherman was coiling up his rope. A cat was sleeping on the painted dock. And all the things that I had let go drifting were floating back before the morning clock. Still as the harbor before the day has learned to speak. Still as the harbor where the world is soft and deep. Still as the harbor. Still as the harbor keeps. What if staying is the bravest thing? What if quiet is the answer? What if I have been the harbor all along? harbor keeps. The boats will come and go, but the harbor holds its ground. There's a chapel near the edge of Dubrovnik, where the plaster shows its age and bone. The sunlight falls in through a crooked ceiling and makes the floor more beautiful than stone. I used to think perfection was the answer. I used to fix the things that showed their wear. But what the crack let in on that October was more than any whole wall could have shared. What the crack let in was the color of the afternoon. What the crack let in was sweeter than a perfect room. What the crack let in, oh, what the crack let in. You left a gap where something used to settle, a space I could not fill or understand. But now the light comes through at 7:30 and rests exactly where you used to stand. What the crack let in was the color of the afternoon. What the crack let in was sweeter than a perfect room. What the crack let in, oh, what the crack let in. I was wrong to want it seamless, wrong to keep the plaster smooth. What is broken opens wider than what's whole can let through. What the crack let in was the color of the afternoon. What the crack let in was sweeter than a perfect room. What the crack let in, oh, what the crack let in. What the crack let in. The chapel holds its cracks, and the light still finds a way. There's a stone in Dubrovnik where your hand left a shadow in the heat. We stood above the old Adriatic, and didn't know it was the last complete. The orange rooftops stretched below us, the swallows cut the blue in perfect lines. You said the sea looked like a painting. I thought it looked like all our borrowed time. A stone in Dubrovnik remembers every step we took when we were there. A stone in Dubrovnik remembers even summer things beyond repair. A stone in Dubrovnik. The walls have held the city through the centuries. The siege, the storm, the slow, forgetful years. A stone in Dubrovnik remembers what I left there when I left with all my fears. A stone in Dubrovnik remembers every step we took when we were there. A stone in Dubrovnik remembers even summer things beyond repair. A stone in Dubrovnik. History is patient in its keeping, and stone is wiser than the heart. What the walls absorbed in all their staying was the piece of us that wouldn't part. A stone in Dubrovnik remembers even summer things beyond repair. A stone in Dubrovnik. A stone in Dubrovnik. The walls are still there, and so is what we left behind. On the island afar, the rain has come early, before the last boat brings the summer back home. The terrace where we ate sardines and white wine is empty now and wet and all my own. I thought the tide would bring you in eventually, the way it brings the wooden boats to shore. But tides don't carry what they've left behind them. They just arrive and go and then return once more. The tide comes back alone. The tide comes back alone. It doesn't carry what it left at sea. The tide comes back alone, and so do I, and so does everything that used to be. Turned to silver in the rainfall. The shutters clap against the painted blue. And I know now that I was waiting foolishly for a tide that never was coming back with you. The tide comes back alone. The tide comes back alone. It doesn't carry what it left at sea. The tide comes back alone, and so do I, and so does everything that used to be. Maybe this is what the sea was teaching every time it pulled away the shore. Nothing that is left returns as it departed. It comes back changed, or doesn't come back anymore. Carry what it left at sea. The tide comes back alone, and so do I. Oh, the tide comes back alone, and so does everything that used to be. The rain keeps falling on the Adriatic. The tide comes back alone. The post office on Rua to Oro, I bought the stamps and wrote your name in full. I pressed the envelope and held it standing, then slipped it back into my coat like a fool. The Tagus was still lit with evening ember, the ferries crossing without any sound, and all the letters that I never posted went into a drawer and settled down. Letters never cross the sea. Letters never cross the sea. All those careful words I sealed in Lisbon never left the city, never reached you free. Letters never crossed the sea. letters never crossed the sea. The pastel walls of Alfama hold their silence. The tram climbs slowly over cobblestone, and somewhere in a drawer there's a collection of everything I wanted you to know. Letters never crossed the sea. Letters never crossed the sea. All those careful words I sealed in Lisbon never left the city, never reached you free. Letters never crossed the sea. Letters never crossed the sea. Maybe the not sending was its own confession. Maybe keeping them was its own reply. The words were always true when I was writing, but the crossing was a distance I denied. Letters never crossed the sea. Letters never crossed the sea. All those careful words I sealed in Lisbon never left the city, never reached you free. Letters never crossed the sea. Oh, letters never crossed the sea. Letters never crossed the sea. Somewhere in the drawer they're still there, yellow at the edges, full of you. On the lavender hills afar in August, the whole island turns to purple and to gray. We rented bicycles and rode in silence through the fields that smelled of summer going away. The bees were still and slow in all that sweetness. The olive trees were silver in the sun, and everything we meant to say that summer stayed inside the lavender undone. Lavender hills afar, still blooming when October closes in. Lavender hills afar, still holding what the season carried in. Lavender hills afar. Lavender hills afar. I have a small dried sprig on my window pressed it from that last and long July. And when it loses scent, I won't replace it. Some things are only beautiful one time. Lavender hills afar, still blooming when October closes in. Lavender hills afar, still holding what the season carried in. Lavender hills afar, lavender hills afar. Every year the lavender returns there. Every year the fields go wild and sweet. But the summer that we move through them together is the one that I can never repeat. Lavender hills afar, still blooming when October closes in. Lavender hills afar, still holding what the season carried in. Lavender hills afar, lavender hills afar, lavender hills afar. The lavender still blooms, but that summer is my own. There's a painted door in Alfama that I've kept inside a photograph. The blue is chipping at the edges, and so is everything we had. I left a silver bracelet somewhere between the tram stop and the square. I never went back looking for it. I left it like I left you there. What was left in Lisbon stays in Lisbon in the end. What was left in Lisbon lives inside the city's bend. What was left in Lisbon? What was left in Lisbon? Hold their lanterns. The fado drifts through evening walls, and all the things I brought to Portugal are still there in those narrow halls. What was left in Lisbon stays in Lisbon in the end. What was left in Lisbon lives inside the city's bend. What was left left in Lisbon? What was left in Lisbon? I think the city keeps the pieces that the travelers don't take home. Lisbon has a drawer of broken summers for everyone who came and went alone. Was left in Lisbon stays in Lisbon in the end. What was left in Lisbon lives inside the city's bend. What was left in Lisbon? Oh, what was left in Lisbon? What was left in Lisbon? Is still there, and maybe so am I. In October, the Algarve empties slowly. The sunbeds fold, the parasols come down. The cliffs are still the color of old amber, and we were the last two left in town. We ate our last sardines beside the harbor. You drank the white wine down to the last drop. And somewhere in the quietness of leaving, we found the thing that nothing else could stop. The Algarve October is the best of what we were. The Algarve October kept the warmth when skies went blurred. The Algarve October. The Algarve October. The lighthouse at the end of Sager's Point was blinking through the dark without a word. And all the summer tourists had forgotten to leave the part of Portugal I heard. The Algarve October is the best of what we were. The Algarve October kept the warmth when skies went blurred. The Algarve October. The Algarve October. October is honest in a way that August never is. The season that stays behind when all the brightness goes is the only one that knows the truth about a place. The Algarve October is the best of what we were. The Algarve Algarve October kept the warmth when skies went blur. The Algarve October, the Algarve October, the Algarve October. In the Algarve is honest, warm, and mine. Who shout their names along the shoreline are carried off before the evening comes. But those who sit and watch the tide in silence are the ones the sea returns its gifts to some. I used to think that wanting was a virtue, that reaching was the proof of being alive. But on a quiet shore near Split one morning, I learned the softest things are what survive. Blessed is the quiet shore that asks for nothing from the sea. Blessed is the quiet shore that holds the light so willingly. Blessed is the quiet shore. Blessed is the quiet shore. The pebbles underwater are so patient. They've been there since before we had our names. And all the stones the tide has kept on turning were only made more beautiful by waves. Blessed is the quiet shore that asks for nothing from the sea. Blessed is the quiet shore that holds the light so willingly. Blessed is the quiet shore. Blessed is the quiet shore. I used to want the storm, the declaration, the wave that crashes high against the wall. But what the quiet shore has always offered is room enough for everything to fall. Blessed is the quiet shore that asks for nothing from the sea. Blessed is the quiet shore that holds the light so willingly. Blessed is the quiet shore. it is the quiet shore. I am learning to be quiet. I am learning to remain. They took the summer, took the easy seasons, took the light that held the two of us in place. I stood on the Croatian coast at midnight, with nothing left but the bones inside my face. But something moved inside the empty places, a quiet door I hadn't tried before. Not the door that leads back to what was taken, but the one that opens somewhere new and more. The one thing left to choose is how you meet the dark. The one thing left to choose is what you keep inside your heart. The one thing left to choose. The one thing left to choose. The Adriatic took the broken pieces. The stone walls held the century and more. And I stood there with only my decision to be the one who rises from the shore. The one thing left to choose is how you meet the dark. The one thing left to choose is what you keep inside your heart. The one thing left to choose. The one thing left to choose. When they have stripped away the false securities, when the season closes and the boats are gone, what remains is neither loss nor consolation. It is only where you choose to carry on. The one thing left to choose is how you meet the dark. The one thing left to choose is what you keep inside your heart. The one thing left to choose. Oh, the one thing left to choose. The one thing left to choose. And I choose the morning, and I choose the tide, and I choose